Welcome back to Orwell Ignorance is Strength, where we're finally sort of having a moment there where the last episode Ampleford's going, boy, I love seeing the destruction of truth, which is, very on brand for the name, but it's very ham-fisted, like the name. Okay, so we got access to Ilya's phone and to Karen's computer, and so we've got more things to go through. All right, unsent draft from today. Okay. Karen, I've spent so much time lately thinking about things were becoming far too complicated, and now I realize everything is actually becoming easier. Ramon fired me from the people's voice, and it's like a weight has been lifted from my chest. I suddenly feel free, and I wonder why I didn't change things earlier, not just with the blog, but with us. You said that you couldn't just leave your life behind, but Karen, what kind of a life are you living now? A life stuck inside a cage? Dictated by Ramon's wants and his whims? It's time to be true to yourself. Karen, I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm going to leave for Dewhurst soon. Please come with me. I finally want to be. Alright, man. Let me give you a tip in your own rhetoric about something as stupid as this. This is dumb on all sides. Don't go after married people. I understand from the records I was reading before that clearly you've had a crush on her from before, like many years now, before they were ever married and stuff, and you've been holding on to that. But man, you needed to unpack that with some other therapist a long time ago and get over it, because it ain't working for you. It's only going to tear your family apart, even if your brother wasn't an asshole and involved with, an evil government. But here's my point here. What kind of life are you living now? Hey man, don't insult the person who you're trying to woo, because this is an insult. You might be right. In fact, I'd say you are right from an objective perspective. Karen is living an awful life with actually her life is pretty okay. But she's got a bad relationship and a husband who doesn't care about her. Sure. At the very least, you could be more gentle with your rhetoric. You could say, I think you could live a more satisfying and fulfilling life somewhere else, perhaps with me. And also, under the circumstances, a fucking confession like this, this is not gonna magically make things okay with her or deepen her feelings. Anyway, alright, we'll feed this into Orwell. Oh ho, now what do we have here? If that isn't an affront to loyalty, I don't know what is. So finally are you finally gonna use this to spin when we've had so many other pieces of information before that you refused to use because they were anyway. Their affair is one thing, but we need something to show Karen is going all in with Ilya now to disprove her loyalty as well. Well, unfortunately, I already fed Orwell the conflicting information where she had thrown out the thingy. So what do you call it? Pamphlet. Is it a pamphlet if it's sent digitally? It's weird. Blaine cancels meeting for surprise visit and trip. Oh, that's a terrible headline, by the way, because it reads like he's canceling the meeting. He could be read as canceling the meeting in Triflith, but what it really means is cancels an existing meeting in order to go to Triflith. Yeah, so the whole thing about this is they're much more concerned with the events that are unrelated to any of what we're dealing with. They're much these events unfolding have much more to do with the bombings and the stuff that happens in the first game concurrently, not some random angry blogger with, a search engine and too much time on his hands. All right, what information do we even have left to put in? Not a lot, right? I don't know why putting her contact info in would be relevant. I guess what we'll probably do is put in the information about from here. Maybe? Well, but we don't know what the... No, because this part under here is the part that I was more interested in, is more relevant here. Interested in myself and my private life. That would be pretty damning from so many years ago, but they don't want me to use it. And I can't see the conflicting information here at all. Fuck it. Alright, we'll just pass some time since we don't have a lot to put in. I'm sure this can be changed. Yeah, me too. I don't know. You want me to put her phone number in there? Totally not relevant. There's literally nothing here. I don't want to commit to anything we can't see any of the conflicts I can't see the flip side of. So I guess we'll just keep putting in information about Vart, about Raban. One related document. Okay. Considering the trauma he endured when his school got bombed, this comes as no surprise. Yeah, that's what I thought. So why is there a new document? Because it's unrelated? Why were you using the admin logs of your website? What? Were you running your website from the camp? When did they move in again? Yeah, 2011. So it was at least within the year. I don't know how long, I don't remember exactly how long they were in the camp. Oh, no, they just got here. February 19th, 2011. You've screwed up your timeline here. Unless you mean to tell me they were literally running it from the camp. February 2011. Oh, no, okay. No, that's his immigration date, not his, which I think would be after he got out of the camp. Is that what it's saying? No, this is the wrong thing. Forgot what timelines was. What am I looking for? Here? Date recorded February 11th, 2011. I mean, this is extremely... I mean, I'm assuming this was when they were in the camp, this date, which was 8 days before. I know I'm just being fussy about this, but seriously, like, you couldn't have spread these dates out. It means nothing, but it's glaringly it's weird to have them have this discussion in oh, this was for this article. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the article. Arrival 2018. Yeah. So they wrote this article on the 18th. Oh. Okay, that's just weird. So I didn't connect, for some reason I didn't connect the dots that this is an existing website that existed before they ever became refugees and moved here. And this also looks weird because we have a limited data set, so we can't see the articles that they wrote before this. So it looks like the first... Oh no, this... Wait, no, these are not chronological order. Yeah, so it makes it look like the first article they ever wrote was when they were just about to immigrate. Okay, anyway, I'm done nitpicking temporarily. Your dumb crush on a therapist. So he knew it too. Why would this be conflicting data? We don't know when that other log is from. These are probably many, many months, if not years apart. Two things can both be true at different points in time. Also, once again, this is not the piece of data that is useful to me. The one immediately above is the one that's useful to me if I'm trying to write a spin article about how they've, you know, been at it for even much longer or something. So the thing here is I don't even know what data I'm really looking for. Ampleford said she wanted something more significant to put spin on, but like didn't give me any further details. And it doesn't seem to me that any of these, any of the data points available to me are particularly damning. And there's just no... There's no date of any kind. There's nothing in the file name. Sure, whatever. I mean, this isn't... They're both wrong. Neither of them are contemporary accounts, so who cares? Yeah, sure, all while having an affair with her brother-in-law. Okay, so that wasn't it. How awfully caring of her, or maybe not. This could be useful to make Raban doubt Karen's motivation in marrying him, but we need the right context first. Why? This document is from... it doesn't... No, yeah. Okay, so at this point, they had been in therapy for 2 years, but we don't have a timeline of when they started falling in love. Or whatever. And I believe we were looking at that other document and said in his other record that he was still in counseling with her through 2013. And presumably they didn't get into a relationship until after that, otherwise it would have been an ethical concern. So like this would be old information anyway. Whatever. I really don't have a lot to go on. Very picturesque. Maybe you can find a photo somewhere. Oh. That's what you want me to do? Okay. Have we really never had any other reference to Bonton City Park before this? It's very key to the narrative, so... Was this the happiest day of my life? Was it a rushed decision? Oh, really? I mean, I think the part above here is more damning. Again, was this the happiest day of my life? I'm not sure. I was happy though. Was it a rushed decision? Maybe it was, but in hindsight, there were ups and downs. But if our marriage has brought any good, Raban and Ilya finally didn't have to endure that awful camp any longer. Why would you post this on a website? Even if it's private. Even if it's private. Just don't do it. Keep your diaries in files on your personal devices, or even better, on paper. Analog still works, guys. It still works. You don't have to embrace the tech bros tools at every turn. Sometimes it's just better to stay analog for a lot of reasons. All right, well, whatever. What do you mean wrong profile? It's about all three of them. Don't be fussy. Permanent residency is granted upon marriage to a citizen for the spouse as well as family members. A questionable thing if you ask me, especially if the circumstances of that marriage were to appear shady. So are we getting, is this day going to be about getting Raban and Ilya ejected from the country? Kinda feels like it. Is there any other searching we could be doing? I don't think so. Sure. I mean, we could make it so they both seem desperate. Getting out at any cost. There's the fact that Raban was able to leave the camp through marrying Karen screams sham marriage for you. Well, soon it might do that for everyone else too. Oh, so is the spin gonna be not that Karen didn't love him, it's that he didn't love Karen either? Or she did love him, but he didn't love her ever? That would be actually pretty damning to his like as a personal attack, at least, to say like his whole plan this entire time was just to get into the country so that he could learn more information and then spin it because he's an evil foreigner or something. You know, that's exactly the kind of thing that would be written by an administration like this, the kind of spin that would be put on a story. We now possess one narrative we could potentially spread. However, we can only hit Raban after he has published his next article. We need to bide our time for the moment. Oh, so I got there too fast. Use that time to dig for more narratives. Get me everything that could be of use. Hey, Ampleford, maybe check your feed before giving me that spiel if he has immediately published it. So maybe I was not in fact early. I was in fact late because it probably shouldn't have popped until after. Raban publishes article. We can strike now. Remember, you are able to dig for more narratives, so you may want to do that before you spread anything. As soon as you are ready, spread the narrative that seems most promising to you in the influencer. We can only get one chance here. This is very silly. How Raban Vart of the People's Voice planned his escape from a refugee camp by seducing their therapist. I mean, this is tabloid as hell. Also, did his listener number go back up? I mean, I don't know how they're measuring this, but I think it went down 360 something when they were, you know, Ampleford was bragging about how it had gone down. I think it went from like 380 something to 360 something. It's back to 370. So... alright. How did this come out? We didn't even see the draft of this. We will always fight back. The media monsters have no chance against us. We will always fight back. I will not let them destroy my family. My dear wife is and always will be on my side. I don't know if you should make statements like that when it can be openly disproven. Media monsters. They claim I am a tyrant to my family. The severe did shake me. My wife is still on good terms. Why lie? At this point, why lie? If your marriage is falling apart and or has had a bump like this, and you genuinely believe that it, even if you don't genuinely believe, if you want to at least portray that that everything is okay, then stating factually that your family is still in good shape, rather than saying this is a setback but we will work through it, or, you know, I am still processing this event but I am committed both to my family and to this blog or whatever. Like, those are much less leverageable statements. Where you're making statements that are provably lies. No matter how difficult, the same account for my brother, you cannot tear us apart. I mean, it really only takes one person. You've pissed off 4 people this morning alone. You pissed off your wife, your brother, and your two other contributors. And any one of them, you kick them off your website, but that doesn't mean they can't just get on any of the other social media sites and say, no, actually he's an asshole and always has been, and he talked shit this morning and I finally had enough of him. Why is this still... I don't know why this one popped up again. There's no new information here. And it didn't get an edit, right? I don't get that. Okay, whatever. So there was a pending draft that I didn't see? I didn't see a pop-up for it. Well, I don't know when that draft came in. Maybe it was when I was looking through the computers and devices and stuff, but I don't remember seeing a pop-up. We don't have anything else new here. So what have we got? I mean, Ampleford seemed pretty clear that she thought we should, get all the information we have. But this is our only other piece of information and we have no other side of it? I don't know, I'm hesitant to start using the influencer when we have incomplete data. But I also don't think we have an option. We either have to feed it that piece of data or use the influencer, right? I don't see anything else at all. So if we don't feed it this piece of information, then we have to use the influencer. If we do, we might still have to use the influencer anyway. But at least this will give us the option. I don't like locking this one, but it's technically doesn't seem like a problem. And in fact, I would say that in including this information is bad, for an entirely different reason, because in this highlighted segment, the important information is not that he successfully fled military service in Pargus. It's that he emphasized how his heroic escape. The characterization of his storytelling is more relevant than the story itself. Not all conflicting. Well, what do you want me to do? I don't have anything else to do, right? Unless there's some other piece of information that's gonna come. I don't know, whatever, fine. You warned me not to send the wrong one, but you only set me up with one, and then you warned me about the one piece of data that I have to either pick up or not pick up, and you warned me not to use the one that's there, so I don't know. I don't like that that appeared and then disappeared. Happy with what you have achieved? Probably not. Attacking Vart's marriage was a good idea, very personal. I believe many of his followers took this to heart. Ravan has taken a blow. He's not going down yet. Speaking of which, let's check on what he's up to writing. No, I don't really want to do that. I've got other things to look at. Okay, so he lost like 62,000, 61,000. Is this really is this how we measure success? I know they're, you know, obfuscating our success and failure here, but the idea of social media being we reduced his subscriber number to 0 as a win or something like that is very silly. Karen, my daughter, we had our differences about your marriage with Iran for his refugee status. Only now with the recent news could I realize this guy must have forced you into a sham marriage. Please know that in case you need any assistance with your situation, I'm always around for you. I don't mind that you broke all contact with me. Get back to me. This refugee is the worst thing that ever happened to you. Oh, she seems lovely. Exploit nonsense gossip about your daughter on the web to reinforce your own political fear-mongering. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I not make a connection here before? Am I dumb? No. Okay. Not there, at least. Hey, you know what would be probably really relevant right now is, updating Karen's page to show that she has a mother. Fake marriage. He's yelling at people. That's good. That's wild, but people on the internet are wild. Okay, where... Wait, hold on. Which website was it on? I hate how it reorders this every single time, so I lose track of... Wait, hold on. Where's Facebook? Oh, it's here, isn't it? It's, maybe we should learn about Elizabeth Levine? Perhaps? Maybe? Having all this put in just for flavor feels like a miss. I mean, it seems... I don't know. Like we could even if you're, you know, if you're the evil government and you want to discredit people, then using getting to Karen's mother and using her own, either her interactions with Karen or like a public statement of her own to further discredit him, that would be very in line with the types of actions they're willing to take, and a something that works fairly reasonably well in from a propagandistic rhetorical standpoint. The media are trying to distract you from the truth. Blaine and Cassart are conspiring against us. I mean, sure. Whatever. I mean, every... a little too on the nose. All governments are run by rich politicians that conspire against to, you know, extract wealth for their wealthy friends from the common people. That's kind of normal. Falling back into old habits, are we? Vard is trying to shift the attention to Blaine and Cassart's meeting. It's one of a kind opportunity for him to back up his conspiracy theory. Reports say there are already people gathering in front of the presidential palace, so the two are meeting, attempting to stall the talks in the name of the people's voice. We cannot let this claim go unchecked, or the situation there might escalate. Not on our watch. Really? Because of this fucking blog? If he's into conspiracies and hidden agendas, how about us playing the same game? I'm certain you can get me enough information to let me construct my own little conspiracy theory. I mean, sure, but this is very dumb and roundabout. There's so many other ways to discredit him. Keep in mind we have to hit Raban hard this time, very hard. We must break his follower base. Wait, why does this show up now? I don't know if that's broken or it's intentional. It's about Raban as well. Just take the data. You know where it goes. So she is the daughter of Elizabeth Levine. Against this backdrop is quite remarkable. Karen professionally counsels refugees. Am I forgetting? I was looking at the government thing, but it wasn't that. But I did think that it was a relevant person. Hold on. Who is this? Oh. Well. For mayor. Did not get elected. This was 4 years ago. Hillberry. Wealthiest communities. Why are we only finding this article now? This could have been easily found before. Okay, so this is all, I mean, this is all a PR stunt, so there's no reason to believe anything here. So if that's the flip side, then we know which one is true. With a mother like Elizabeth Levine, I cannot even imagine why. Ampleford, are you being critical of her? That's a surprise from you. Too bad. If she would have been in contact with her mother, we might have used that against her. I mean, you still could, like I was talking about before. There's plenty of opportunity there. Neither of these things are relevant info to my mind. State funded. So she's directly in contact with the security director or the security secretary. Huh. Tradition and culture. Yeah, a very subtextual way of saying we don't like new people. Not that subtextual, pretty overt, but you know what I mean. Traditional family unit, a way of saying you don't like... Okay, so you don't like immigrants, you don't like the LGBTQ, oh yeah, there it is, it's right there, never mind. Planned Parenthood is child murder. Nice. It's like... You know, the problem is this is too on the nose. Like, it should be more over the top, and the problem is it kind of can't be over the top because the current state of real world politics is so absurd that this just reads like a real campaign page, unfortunately, and it's a bummer. I don't know if this is relevant at all, but sure. She's got a brother. Seems like that investigator you're paired with got the Bonton bombings perpetrator. I'm impressed. Hell yeah. I am super good. Man, I gotta go watch my own videos on that first game again. I just have like very little memory of it. Wait, hold on. Wasn't this... Wasn't it this person? Hold on. My memory is blurry on this. But wasn't... Sophia's not real, right? Sophia was the one who was the alias? I'm actually forgetting now because it's it's all so sloppy. This was... Did I completely not connect the dots between the first game and second game for this? Or did I and then I forgot that I did? I don't know. It's the problem with not playing a game all the way through in a short period of time. It's hard though. It's a lot to digest, especially if I'm trying to record, but just in general, this is a heavy game. Not something I really want to marathon. From David Johns to Raban Vart. Hell yeah, got your parents, Anastasia and Milovan, in deep trouble and you saw no way out, and here you stand nonetheless. Why do we care about their parents, and why are they all coming up now? I mean, sure, whatever. I'm afraid of not putting it in now. Yeah, well, that's why, because new documents show up. hard to tell what's a relevant piece of information that's going to feed me a whole chain of new info and what's, you know, erroneous random crap. Because Orwell is a terrible system that can't actually separate the wheat from the chaff at all. Initiative, save Pargus. We need to stand up and resist. This seems very relevant, and also the kind of thing where we would completely drop this investigation about Vart, because this is a much more, to a repressive regime that wants to suppress the people's word, this is a bigger concern. I mean, it is for the neighboring country, but, you know, still, if the neighboring country is a puppet, then... Wait, these are old? These are from 2005? So is this just background info? So we understand that Cassart has been a dictator, an unelected dictator for 13 years or whatever? Wait, this isn't... None of this is new. This is ancient. Closed message board. Ilya Jane... Why? This is so heavy-handed. If you wanted me to connect the dots between... like, to get me to believe that Ilya was associated with this, then randomly having this old-ass message board come up all of a sudden for some reason, I don't know, we just found this, is so heavy-handed when it's this. These are old. Again, why would you be posting personal communications with your family on a random website like this? Use it for digital community. Do not believe the telephone is safe anymore. Okay, I guess. You two were revolutionaries. You never mentioned a thing. Oh, man. I mean, that was not that long ago, dude. You were born in 83. You would have been in 2005. That would have made you, 22, right? How did you not know about your parents being, like, revolutionary, big air quotes, organizers when you were 22? And then when this is written, you're 27. Peaceful resistance movement. Chatter room. You cannot have been this technologically illiterate when you were on this message board and this was your idea. Stupid pseudonym. Pick a secure password. This is from... Uncle Simos wanted to invite Oleg Bakay. Just because his family lives next door doesn't mean we have to show hospitality to followers of the Cassart regime. It's too much of a risk. Talk Simos out of it. Oleg is a good man. The world is not simply black and white. He may be a soldier in the army, but he wouldn't endanger us. I think he should come. It's a shame Cassart has managed to drive a wedge between people in our community. Not putting him next to my elderly brother who talks very bluntly about hating Cassart and his followers. Bakay has always been overly patriotic. I don't know about that. I mean, we from day one we were getting the impression that like yes, he was a he believed in his country, but as far as specifically as a fan of Cassart, that wasn't so clear. Patriotism has become a very dirty word in the last 25 years, let's say, and not for no reason, because patriotism has been confused with nationalism, at least in the US. And so, yeah. Also, I don't. It takes me out of it personally when they use something, a word like Gestapo style, when Gestapo is a very, very specific reference, and this is a fictional scenario in which World War II Germany did not exist, or may have, but isn't clear. Give him a chance. Okay, so they settle on giving him a chance. I don't see how this is relevant, but it's interesting information. I mean, Oleg's already dead, so... I just got a note telling me to report for duty by next week. I was drafted. Talk to Oleg. Okay, so Raban managed to get him out of his service. Oh, this, okay, so let's check. So this was May 4th when they originally had that first conversation. September 14th when he got drafted. November 27th, and then they fled in January, the end of January 2011. Mom and Dad are gone. They took them. They sent soldiers to our home. It was so horrible. They started hitting Dad and yelled this was his punishment. Check your goddamn messages. Wait, what? Why are these... These come from two different sides, like they're coming from two different people, but it's... What's the connection? Oh. Well, that's a commitment. Interesting. This is way too late to be adding all this information to this narrative. We should have learned all this stuff about the family on the first day. Would have made the narrative about Oleg much more interesting as well if we had all the familial information. Or at least some of it. Anyway, let's take a little pause, and when we come back, we'll figure out what's going on with him leaving the country. Or at least leaving the city. I don't remember where... Oh... It's the nation. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out next time.